Hi, I'm Emily Watkins, and this is the Disabilities Beat. Last week, Erie County announced the Sheriff's Office was pivoting a controversial registry of people with disabilities and mental health conditions to an initiative. After outcry from the community, major changes have been made to the program, which was originally announced 7 months ago.
But I think it really needs to be thoughtfully designed. If you have any sort of protocol where, you're able to generate a list of everyone with this type of disability, or, why are you doing it? How should you do it? Should you do it?
Beth Harulis is the Director of Disability Justice Litigation for the NYCLU. We reached out to get her take on the original registry, its larger implications, and the changes.
When it comes to police deciding they need to know everyone who's in a particular catchment area, you have to wonder why. Why are you doing it? And again, I think there may be some good reasons to do certain things, but it has to be thoughtfully planned with the input of the individuals, as well as their legal representatives, with an eye towards what's the existing privacy framework.
The original quote, "handle with care," end quote, registry webpage asks for detailed information about the disabled person, from where they work and live and who their doctor is, to their race and height, and any quote-unquote triggers they have. Anyone could fill out the publicly available webpage. Now, an interested party will have to contact the sheriff's office for a password to fill out the form, and it can only be filled out by a disabled person, their legal representative, or a parent if the person is under 18 years old. This addressed some of the disability community's largest concerns.
The question is, for the people with disabilities, what information do they want to provide and how do they want to provide it?
Todd Varwerk, Western New York Independent Living's chief policy officer, originally called for changes to the registry and then took part in the county's revision announcement on Thursday.
This initiative is kind of a continuation of other things that are also available. So if you've got something that definitely needs to get into the hands of first responders, this is something you can consider.
Part of the controversy was also the lack of consultation with the disability community before its creation. Police Services Division Chief Tim Carney acknowledged the National Alliance on Mental Illness, or NAMI, was the only organization consulted before its launch.
I think we learned a lesson as to reach out to our neighbors right here in Erie County.
Since the outcry, the sheriff's office met with local advocates from several organizations.
If you had consulted with the community, how do you ensure that all the members of the community, because people talk about the disability community and it's not a homogeneous kind of, everybody's got a different thing, right?
Harulis says part of the problem with police registries and programs similar to this is the lack of public comment before they are launched.
And so, do you make it publicly known? I mean, in the first instance, right, you would just sort of say, look, there are law enforcement exemptions already built into existing mental health, substance privacy laws, where on a need-to-know emergent basis, you can share. That's none of this.
However, Harulis warns for police departments interested in similar programs that information on community members alone can be dangerous if not done thoughtfully. She points to issues with initial language used in the Erie County database.
This is sort of pre-criming people and pre-stigmatizing people, and what's their trigger? That's not how you talk about that with respect to de-escalation. So, it's entirely imbued with mapping a defensive response by law enforcement when interacting with people. It's really bad.
She emphasizes that without a wraparound of services, including trained response teams for mental health, as well as de-escalation, implicit bias, and broader disability training, you run the risk of bias interfering with response. Erie County does assert that this program is one of several responses to growing public concern with police intervention in cases involving people with disabilities or mental health conditions. And their training does include intervention and de-escalation. We have more on this story on our website. You've been listening to the Disabilities Beat from Buffalo Toronto Public Media. You can listen to the Disabilities Beat segment on demand, view a transcript and plain language description for every episode on our website at btpm.org. I'm Emily Watkins. Thanks for listening.